basically like a kind of light engine builder. Yeah, you're trying to get as much grain as you can into storage because at the end of 3 years, it's going to be a big old famine.
Okay.
So that's kind of the gist of it. You're trying to get workers in front of you on your board that you can pay different resources to. Use silver to turn it into wheat, all this different stuff. Everybody has a unique ruler that does, has special abilities that help protect you from certain individual famine cards that'll come up in the game that'll wipe out your grain storage. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a bad to worse kind of game.
Not familiar, but I'll take your word for it. Sure.
Where things just keep happening and you have to constantly be overcoming the next odds.
Yeah. It's like a resource management bidding game. You have to bid against other players for the workers and stuff. So
okay,
yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, this is the expansion over here on this side. It adds like the building mechanics so that you can add some mechanics to your own abilities. It'll get you more points, get you some more slots for workers, different stuff like that. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
So, Magic Fox Hunt is a one versus all strategy deduction game where one player plays as the witch and the rest play as wizards who have been transformed into foxes by the witch while they were out in the forest looking for spell components. Spell components are obtained by the foxes by landing on one of these spell component tiles. You roll a die and you, on a 3 or above, you gain a spell component which lets you cast your special abilities. Each of the foxes has a unique ability that they can use. So for instance, the yellow fox can dash, the red fox can heal, the gray fox can offer greater protection for the other foxes and themselves. So the main mechanic of the game is the cover system. The witch has an ability called Lightning Bolt where she attacks the foxes. At the beginning of the game, she will place a secret location on the board, and it's a hex-based system. So on one side, she will attack from, in this case, the bottom left corner, if she were placed here. So if the fox were, for instance, on this tile, he would have red cover. On this tile, he would have yellow cover from that side, and here, he would have green cover from that side. Now, the cover system is outlined on this page here. So green would give you complete safety, blue is a 1 and 3, yellow is a 50-50, and then red is a 5 and 6 of being hit with a chance to take double damage. Okay. So the foxes have to deduce where the witch is based on how often they're being hit, and kind of go from there, try and figure out where they are, and then escape the board to gain victory points. While the game is cooperative, where the foxes work together with up to 4 other players, you kind of have to weigh whether you want to use your abilities to try and escape, or if you want to move yourself across the board more effectively to gain victory points by escaping. The witch gets points by eliminating those little foxes. She can use spell components as well to cast her abilities. She has Rune Trap, where she can place these on the board. If a fox lands on the pink witch's hat, she gets to subtract a heart from the fox and cause them to gain, or to skip a turn. If they land on the green though, nothing happens. She can also teleport once per game around the board so that her location kind of gets reshuffled. She can also terrain shift, so these are fully movable tiles, and they're actually built by the players at the beginning of the game. This side is created by the wizard foxes, and this side is created by the witch. The middle is completely random, you just shuffle and pass the tiles out. The witch also has Storm, which allows her to subtract a heart from any wizard, and Power Surge, which actually allows her to eliminate a wizard and cause them to not be able to use abilities until her next turn. I guess I should kind of go over how you deduce where the witch is. So if you were, say, on this tile, and the witch attacks you, and you get damage dealt to you, since green is completely safe, it would be known that the witch is either on this corner or this corner here.
Okay, yep.
So you can kind of deduce from there. And then also, you can deduce based on these cards here. So at the beginning of the game, the witch will get one of these cards, and there's 10 or 12 of these. You can organize your decks based on how the hit chance. So the red deck is the only one with the double damage. So if you were to hit from double damage, you would instantly know that you're being hit from a red side. So from then on in the game, if the witch were to say tell you to draw from pile A, you would know that the witch is attacking you either from this hex side or this hex side, because those are the red hex sides.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about the game?
Is this planning to go to Kickstarter?
It's on GameFound
It's
right
on
now.
GameFound right now.
You can
Okay,
find
nice.
it with this QR code here. And there's other ways to support us other than just buying or funding the game. You can also get your name put in the rulebook if you want to support us that way, or have a special message put in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Sure. So this is basically a game where you try and guess how another person is going to answer a personal question. Questions from basically socially appropriate questions, somewhat personal questions, and totally inappropriate questions.
Points. Hey.
Very fun.
Fun
I like
played
the
in
cards.
groups, fun played in parties. You'll find out more about your friends than you really want to know.
Oh boy.
Alright, this one is Fairy. So this is going to play 2 to 10 people, which is crazy for such a tiny box, in about 5 minutes. This is like a quick game. I love it. The rule book is literally this tiny thing. So in this game, you're going to take one of these cards, and you're going to pinch at the 0. That's your point card, so you can go ahead and do that. So that's that. Then you're going to put the deck of cards out, and you're going to flip the first card. We're set up. That's it. Game is set up. So in this game, there are 21 cards. So 1 through 7 is going to be the suit of harps. 8 through 14 is going to be clovers. 15 through 21 is going to be rainbows. And then One of each of those will have a fairy. So there are 3 total fairies in the deck, 1 for each suit, and there's on random numbers. So there's 1 in the harps somewhere. There's 1 in the clovers. And what we're going to be doing is trying to guess what this card will be based on whether it will be higher, lower, the same suit, or fairy. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to put up a hand signal. You're going to be like, oh, I think it's higher, lower, same suit, or fairy, and you will earn that amount of points based on if you're correct or not. So if you guess higher or lower and you're correct, you'll get 2 points. If you guess it's the same suit and you're correct, you'll get 4 points. And if you guess if it's a fairy and you're correct, you're going to get 7 points. There's only 3 fairies. If you get it wrong, it's only -1 point and you can't go off the card.
Okay.
Somebody asked me that question, so I add that now. So we're gonna go ahead and play just like a round or two, a few turns. So currently, right now, there's a 19 rainbow out. So we're gonna, and then the game ends when the 3rd fairy is revealed, just so you know. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We both think it's gonna be down. We both got it right, so we got 2 points, and you just move your finger, and that's how you do it. So 1, 2, 3. So you think up and I think fairy. Oh, neither of us got it, but you only lose 1 point. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you think down. It was a fairy. All right, so
okay.
So that's what. So it's
I was looking
on
at this, but yeah.
Yeah. So it's the sparkly one. See how everything's sparkly now, and then you will also be able to get up, down, or suit on it. The fairy is also just a bonus, so it's not its own card. So if anybody had gone up, they would also got that. But if somebody got fairy, they would also have won it.
Okay.
And that is fairy.
Very cute.
Nice, cute, quick game for 2 to 10 people. If you have more than 1 copy, you just need more of these. You can literally play as many people as you want.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, so you would just need a 2nd copy. These are going to be around $10. And yeah, that's it. You just need to use the deck of cards and then your little scoring things. So that is fairy. Again, we'll be out around Gen Con. The next one we have is Panda Panda. All of these titles were signed from people in Asia. So Joe goes to the Tokyo Game Fair all the time, and he meets amazing designers, and he signs games from that, and we bring them over and we westernize them. So that's a lot of that. So that was fairy. This is Panda Panda. And Panda Panda is like a little card game. This one is for 2 to 4 players, plays in about 15 minutes. Everybody gets one of these cards here, and they all start on the blue side. The blue side will just tell you haven't won anything yet. They're identical on the other side, except for it tells you you've won 1 point. Okay? What this card will tell you on the top is how many of each letter is in the deck. You'll notice there's only 1 G. I'm going to point that out to you. And the winning hands that you can have. To win, you have to have exactly that number of cards in that order to win. So, you're like, well, how can you have 7 cards and I can but also win at 2 cards? I'll explain that to you. Everybody's going to get 5 cards when they play. And I'm just going to put our hands up so you can see exactly what's happening. So this is what I was given. The only way to win with 5 cards right off the bat is to have 5 Bs, which is next to impossible to do for that first draw, which is why they did that. So this is our current hand. Obviously, this would be hidden at that time. During the game, you're going to do one of 3 things. You can either draw from the deck and add it to your hand. You can discard to your own personal discard pile, or you can pick up from somebody else's discard pile the top card. You can't rifle through their deck. Okay. A few things. If you discard an A, everybody has to pass one of their remaining cards in their hand to the next player. That's how you're going to change your hand size. You just draw cards, keep drawing cards to get up to your 7, and then passing cards. You also can note when somebody is going for a very specific number, you can notice it, so that's when you're going to want to throw that A down and make everybody pass cards. You cannot draw an A card if you see what it is. Like, if you draw it from here, totally fine. You cannot draw it from somebody's discard pile. So if the top card is an A, you cannot take it. How you win the game is once you get down to one of these. So say I had been discarding cards and swapping cards and I'm down to this. by the beginning of my turn. It has to be the beginning of my turn, and I see I have this. This is C and E. I go, panda, panda, and I win because I got it. But you had to have it at the beginning of your turn. It's very challenging. So then I would go ahead and flip this over, saying I've won one, and we continue. Whoever can then win a second one wins. It doesn't have to be in a row. That's why you do this, and there's not a second one. I've won one. As soon as I win that second one, I've automatically won.
This sounds like a fantastic.
Isn't this great?
Yeah, actually.
I love this one. So that's Panda Panda. And I have one more. So these are the new Tiny Box games. And again, these will be available at Gen Con.
Okay.
We may have all four that I told you about. We may only have these two. We'll be sending out advanced copies to certain content creators in the next few weeks. Okay. The last one I have to show you is Lure, which is already for pre-order on our website. It's joining our 1 minute to teach line. You'll notice by the font that that's one of those games. This is for 2 to 5 players in about 15 minutes. This is a dice fishing game. So everybody's gonna get one of these little like hidey things. And it's gonna tell you pretty much all the rules on the back of it there, which is really, really nice. I already have the expansion stuff in here, so I apologize. To set up the game, you're going to put out 3 fish cards, and I already kind of set this up so I could show you some examples. So it's always 3 fish cards that come out, and anytime the round ends, you add 3. Whether it's not up to 3, it's always add 3 because sometimes some cards will be left out. Then you'll take whatever. So you're purple right now. You will take your dice. It's 8 dice. 5 of them are D6s, and those are your basic fishing pole dice. You will always, always, always be able to use these 5 dice.
Okay.
These 3 specialty dice have a few different rules, which I'll explain in a minute.
Okay.
I picked yellow because that's my player color. So in this game, we're going to be trying to catch these fish. How do you catch the fish? You have to look at them. These are the points that you could win if you catch the fish. The trophies dictate that these are part of our expansion. If you have the most trophies at the end of the game, you get 7 extra points. If you have the least, including no trophies, you get -7. And then any ties share it. To catch this guy over here, you need to have a total of 15 or more. And I'll explain his special power in a second. This one needs 7 or more, but it has to have dice that are not matching.
Okay.
This one needs 12 or more and needs to have 2 of your specialty dice. There's a bunch of other things as well. It tells you right in here your catch requirements so you don't have to ask any questions. Right there. This one, like if it's got the hook with the cross, must not play any lures. To start out the game, you each get 1 lure. And these are just some like little bonus things that'll help you out. There's 3 different types. There's one, these have different numbers, so these would add that type of dice, like a value 5 dice. This will add or remove 1 from one of your die. And then this will give you 2 points if you can catch a fish. So say you had that one, so we start off with 1. And then these are out here that various things can get you more lure tokens. For instance, not catching any fish. So in the game, what you're going to be doing is you're going to take your dice behind your thing and you're going to pick how many dice you're going to use to catch these fish. So you have to be strategic though, because remember those specialty dice? You can choose to use them, but then you have to retire them for 1 round.
Oh, okay.
So if you say you want this fish here, so I've been telling people use the 2 lower ones. You use them, say I picked these 4 die. If I use them, then these guys have to sit out for 1 round, and I only have these to use for my next round. These will always come back to you, but these have to pause for a round if you use them.
Okay.
So that's the little strategy there. I'll give you an example. Go ahead and pick up a number of dice that you think you'd want to use in this. And you're going to hold them in your fist when you're ready. You go 1, 2, 3, cast, and just reveal. Ooh, okay. So I have 3 dice. I go first.
Okay.
So I wanted to show you that little term.
Less dice.
Less dice, you get the advantage of going first.
Okay.
And what you're going to do is you're going to roll your dice. Now you'll also notice I had a lure token in my hand. To use your lure token, you have to have put it in your hand. If I catch a fish this round, I get 2 points at the end of the game.
Okay.
If I do not catch a fish this round, I lose that token.
Oh.
Okay? And that goes
Okay.
for anything. If you're just playing with the base games, any extra lure tokens behind your screen at the end of the game don't do anything. In the expansion, they are each 1 trophy. Okay? So let's see what I did. I get 10, I got 22 here. Oh, that's my lucky number and my birthday. All right, so I have 22 here. Here's the thing, this is gonna get you. I can catch as many fish as my die allow me to.
Oh.
So I have 15. I told you that this did something funny. He doesn't go behind my screen like the regular fish I catch. He stays out here because every round he can be stolen. You can't steal him this round because I've caught him
Because
this
you just
round.
got him.
This one needs 7 or more and no dice matching. Guess what? He's mine. 12 or more with 2 specialty dice. He's mine.
Oh, all
And
of the dice. So you're
I
not
get-
spending the dice necessarily.
No.
It's,
So then I get 2 points as well. So, but I can't use these. So you obviously are not going to roll your die.
Right.
But if you spent any specialty die, you still have to put them
But
out
they
here.
still sit aside.
So
Okay.
those will sit there. You didn't catch anything, so you get a random lure token to
Alright.
use in the future round. So then we would put out 3 more fish. Oh my gosh. So again, he just needs 14 or more. Pretty easy to catch. 22 or more. This one wants 1 or more, but you have to use 2 specialty die. We know I can't catch him because I use 2 specialty die. So I cannot catch him, but he gets you 3 trophies. Only 1 point, but he gets you 3 trophies, so if you're in the trophy game.
Yeah.
So then you pull all of your die back here, and we're gonna go again. So you're gonna pick how many die you are gonna use. Okay, all right.
This is where I would choose to use a lure too.
Yeah, then that's when you'll put it in your hand. You can use as many as you want. But no, if you can't catch something,
It goes away.
it goes away.
Alright.
All right, ready? 1, 2, cast. Oh, you get to go first, so you're gonna roll. I don't even roll yet. All right, so you got 14. So you get the halibut. You don't get this, you don't get this, and you are 1 away from stealing my fish.
Yep.
So now I get to roll. So 6, okay, well, I don't get him, he stays. I keep him and I get this guy over here. So that happens there. You caught a fish, I caught a fish. He goes out, but these 2 come back to me, and you keep going.
Okay.
So now you would still put out 3 fish, so now there's 4 fish out there.
Yep.
And you go until the deck's out. Because it goes pretty fast. So it seems like there's a lot of cards there. It goes pretty fast.
I can imagine, especially since it probably ramps up
Exactly.
as the game
Yeah.
goes on.
And that is lure.
So in the game, you're going to lay a card down and you're trying to get it to guess what the attribute is. Do you want me to show you the attributes?
Sure.
So someone will be the clue giver and or the moderator, and they're going to make sure the people place the words in the right spot. So these all have 1 syllable. These all are items you have in a home. And this one is, it contains wood.
Okay. And so the players are trying to...
The players will play a card each
guess
turn.
what each of
and if they place it in the right spot, they get to keep going, and they're trying to get rid of their cards first, and then they can make a guess on what they think those 3 categories are.
Very cool. Sounds like a fun party game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Things have been okay for me, except that I'm a zombie now. Really wish you'd let us in. Think I speak for all of us when I say I understand why you folks might hesitate to submit to our demands. Here's an FYI, we're all gonna die screaming. Or elegant, what do Code Monkey think? Code Monkey think maybe manager or right guy can log in page himself. Code Monkey not saying out loud. Code Monkey not crazy, just proud. Code Monkey like Leo. Code Monkey like tapping out blue. Code Monkey very simple man. Big one fuzzy secret heart. Code Monkey like you. Good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done, and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. So sincere right now.